With over 15,000 official LEGO set releases, it won't come as a surprise to find that you're not going to be familiar with many of them. Are you familiar though with this line right here? LEGO Prince of Persia. They were released in April of 2010 to accompany the movie of the same name, Prince of Persia: The Sands of Time. It starred Jake Gyllenhaal, and it wasn't the worst movie. It was successful, somewhat. It profited in the box office, but interest in a sequel dwindled rather quickly, and it kind of served as this sign of the times alongside other aspiring series of that era. If you remember Alex Rider, The Chronicles of Narnia, the Horrid Henry movie, for instance. It was clear at the time that movie studios were kind of angling for that next Harry Potter or Pirates of the Caribbean, and there were a lot of misses, so no further installment came to light, and unfortunately, there's probably never going to be one now. So yeah, it was alongside the movie release that we saw these 5 sets release. It's a really obscure line that I am going to be discussing and showcasing here. And considering these were released in 2010, it just might surprise you how underappreciated these builds were. They were actually quite ambitious in shaping the movie tie-in sets that we see even in the present day. Yet being older sets, they still do capture that previous generation charm of the likes of, LEGO Indiana Jones. It's vastly similar. But as you can see, all of these are currently wrapped up. It poses the question, should I be opening these? And if there is enough interest, I will do it live here on YouTube. So let's take a deeper look at LEGO Prince of Persia, and we're going to start with the highlight minifigures, in my opinion. So right here is the titular character, Dastan, played by Jake Gyllenhaal. As you can see, there's some quite intricate leg printing there, quite reminiscent of the LEGO Star Wars Han Solo. Got some really neat kind of metallic gold trim there on the torso. No back printing on there, but I think that torso and the legs actually carry this minifigure quite neatly. And a very nice double-sided head. Now that's obviously going to be nothing special today, but back in 2010, double-sided heads were kind of not the bar that LEGO set for themselves at that point. So especially for 2010, this is actually a really detailed minifigure. It was not even common to have leg printing back then. And yeah, overall it's actually a very nice minifigure. Up next we have Alfred Molina's character, Sheikh Amar. It comes in the ostrich race set, which we will get to. Now this one does have some pretty neat back printing. You got these kind of patches here. If you lift off that turban piece, you see there's another double-sided head. He's looking a lot more frazzled right there. Once again, no arm printing and no leg printing on this one, but for 2010 this is rather impressive. It's not too different from what we're seeing in LEGO today. Whether that's LEGO taking a few steps back over the last few years, I'll let you be the judge of that. Finally, this is my favourite minifigure of Prince of Persia. It's Ben Kingsley's character, Nizam. And just take a look, man, at the gold metallic printing which carries over between the torso and the legs. These are printing techniques that were even impressive in 2018 when we saw it in the LEGO Harry Potter line. And if you turn around the minifigure, you've also got more back printing. And the print continues through the waist as well. No double-sided head for this one because Ben Kingsley is a bald man. I think it's an absolutely exceptional minifigure even in 2026. And I just couldn't help but get my hands on a second one just to have him on the shelf. Maybe I'll pop him in Diagon Alley browsing or something, I don't know. But now let's take a closer look at the sets themselves. We start with 7569 Desert Attack, the more affordable retail option at the time for $11. It included 3 minifigures and also a moulded horse. Not much to see here, but it looks like it serves as a solid introduction to the Prince of Persia franchise. Plenty of young builders would have seen this on the shelves and then asked to get it, and then from there decided they wanted the rest of the Prince of Persia collection, so in that sense LEGO would have had no choice but to deliver with this set. But on now to one of the strangest titles of a set I've ever seen. It is 7570, The Ostrich Race. This reflects a segment of the movie with this kind of illegal racing syndicate with these wild animals, hosted by the entrepreneurial Sheikh Amar, who you may recognise from Indiana Jones, Raiders of the Lost Ark, or definitely Spider-Man 2. It's a fun little playset, if not a little limited. It's got these 2 starting marks and a viewing platform and a couple of accessories. Now, I personally prefer the aforementioned Desert Attack as the value option, but I can't deny those ostriches are pretty ridiculous to look at. 7571 sees the $30 set titled The Fight for the Dagger. It depicts the scene of Princess Tamina's aide Ahsoka challenging Dastan to retain the Dagger of Time. There are some interesting play features here, including this swinging fabric sheet and the breakaway guardrail on the tower. You've got some very nice use of the gold finish bricks up top and a nice array of minifigures including the exclusive Ahsoka and this market merchant. The most ambitious set in the series in my opinion has to be 7572 Quest Against Time. The standout feature being the light brick implemented into the sandglass column hidden beneath the Alamut Temple. That holds a dangerous secret which I'm not going to spoil. The movie is on Disney Plus and I really do recommend it. It's a fun watch. Lots of play features here including the chainsaw mechanism and some great minifigures including the sensational Nizam, Zon the Hassansin leader and Princess Tamina. And finally, the highlight release of Prince of Persia, it is 7573, the Battle of Alamut. What you're looking at here is this pretty incredible perimeter wall. You've got temple grounds in the middle, just in front of the white and gold main building. And what I love about this set is that the whole thing folds inwards in a very modular fashion, and you could integrate the other sets around or even inside the temple, and that's going to unlock some really great storytelling potential for you. You've got some secret ways into the temple, you've got some fire traps scattered around, and overall some really great attention to detail. I mean, take a look at that greenery protruding from the stone brickwork right there at the front. In this set here we've got two temple guards, Hassan Singhal and our main billing characters Dastan and Nizam, and there's also this exclusive Say So minifigure. He meets a really cruel fate in the movie. Just taking a look over all of this, what a lineup this was. You don't even need to see the movie to appreciate the detail put into such an unproven theme, although I am going to suggest once again checking the movie out, it's not going to let you down. So 2010 was actually a pretty massive year for LEGO. It was their most successful year to date, because not only did you have Prince of Persia around that time, you also had the rise of LEGO Toy Story, which we covered in the previous video. We had the revival of LEGO Harry Potter with that remarkable Hogwarts castle set, and not forgetting some of the really incredible LEGO Star Wars sets, including the Ultimate Collector Series Imperial Shuttle. So why is it so rare to see LEGO Prince of Persia in modern LEGO setups? Is it simply because the movie bit the dust compared to other releases from around that time? And my question to you is, would you buy a LEGO Icons Prince of Persia set if they revive the platform? I personally, I wouldn't mind seeing it, kind of a modern revision of maybe the Battle of Alamut, but perhaps there wouldn't be as much interest in LEGO would like, and unfortunately it just may never see the light of day. Either way though, I think it's massively underrated. It's one of my favourite lines actually, especially that Battle of Alamut. That to me is one of the best underrated sets LEGO have ever made. So hopefully you learned a little something from this introspection. If you did, be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. It really does help me immensely. I'm on my way to 200 subscribers and fingers crossed we can make it happen this summer. But for now though, take care, have a marvellous day.